All right, good day, welcome loves. All right, welcome Capricorn. All right, we're in your season now. So I'm getting a feminine. I'm getting like a, how do I want to explain this? It's like what I'm getting is a feeling like stuck, kind of like trapped in the thoughts. Could be suffering from a little bit of a seasonal sad, or what they call sad disorder, seasonal affective disorder, where you get, down in the winter months. But I also feel like there's just a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety, depression around you. I'm also getting a little bit of not acknowledging the truth, because I keep getting a glimpse in my mind of the Justice card in the reverse. So um, we'll see what the deal is here. But yeah, I'm getting more of a feminine vibe, all right? So let's see the deal here. All right, let's get some shuffling done. Let's slide those over there here. All right, so we're going to do 3 for the sign of Capricorn. Like I said, I'm getting feminine energy. It's not saying a masculine is never in feminine energy. All right, so you guys really got to comprehend that. We carry a set of both masculine and feminine. All right, so when men are more emotional, they're going to obviously be more in kind of like a feminine. I just got a glimpse of the, what is it? The 8 of Cups, I believe it was. Okay, so yeah, there is that fear, that worry, that anxiety here with the 9 of Pipes here. All right. So you may like wake up at night, all right? Or, when you're alone, or, you may wake up just in the middle of the night feeling, a lot of anxiety. You could be woken by anxiety here. Well, let's see what else comes out here for the 9 of Bongs here. Oh my God. All right, let's put those back in. That was the Page of Buds, all right? So I feel like there could be some fear when it comes to like stopping something or halting something, all right? You got to focus on being more like practical when it comes to the way that you're thinking, all right? Because your thinking can affect a lot of your feelings, all right? Your mind can be your worst enemy if people allow it to, right? All right, let's see what else is going on here. All right, so we do have here, I don't know, I saw it both ways, so we're going to put it back in. But look what we have here, that Justice in the reverse that I was getting. I feel like that's why it did that. Because if I wouldn't have done it, if that card wouldn't have came out, I wouldn't have known the Justice was right there on top, and I got a glimpse of it. So, yeah, you could be, like, worried about the truth, all right, when it comes to the lack of forgiveness here. When it comes to yourself or somebody else, or it could be both here. All right. I feel like there's not a lot of romance. There's not a lot of just, putting out more love and forgiveness. All right. What else do we have for the Justice in the 9 of Pipes here? So I feel like you're afraid of the truth. You don't want to face the truth. You don't want to face reality. All right, so what is going on here? What is the reality? What is the reality here? All right, last one here. I always do things in 3s. Okay, what do we got here? So we have the Queen of Buds here in the reverse. So I feel like you're a little detached from your feelings, emotions. Yeah, your thoughts are kind of what I'm getting is it's like a low vibe thought, all right? Maybe you don't want to accept the truth that, maybe you don't know how to balance work and career. You may put work before family here. You may not have like that grounded, calm energy. All right, let's get a little more here for the Queen of buds in the reverse. All right, so I feel like you don't really have to do a lot here. I think that was the Three of Swords. When it comes to like the home life, all right? So there is an imbalance here. And maybe that's something you don't want to accept. Or maybe you don't want to accept the true nature that you're sitting in the reverse of the Queen of Buds instead of the upright, all right? Which is the more positive aspect of the energy, the card. All right, so we have here the Ten of Pipes, all right? So yeah, it's like you're kind of in this self-destruct, kind of like a self-sabotaging energy. There's a lot of paranoia here with the Nine of Joints. I feel like something has come to an end, but you're kind of paranoid. You're kind of just in defeat, feeling defeat. So we have here the Five of... So yeah, it's like you're fearing, you don't want to transition or move out of chaotic energy, all right? Because I feel like fear abandonment, or you have like a very cold energy to you, a very cold way of thinking. I also feel like you fear like poverty. So maybe you're just in it for like, the financial aspect, because, Capricorns, tend to rule, the material realm and, image and, all that money, money, money. So right now it's like your life is not in a peaceful, balanced ebb and flow. It's chaotic. It's lacking any movement when it comes to transitioning and facing the truth, the reality. So there could be a little bit of like a chemical imbalance here. So we do have here the Five of Joints, which really kind of speaks of, a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing. There's a lot of just feeling like you have to compete. All right, there could be like a lot of jealousy issues that have kind of made you become really cold and unpredictable. So a lot of drama, a lot of group drama. All right, so let's just wrap this up. All right, refusing to see the truth is pretty much what I'm getting. And that's what's going to continue to carry over when it comes to anxiety and depression, because you're not sitting in a positive, balanced energy. You're sitting in more of a imbalance. And it's like you're lying, I feel like, not just to yourself, but other people too. There's no fairness here. There's really nothing. It's got you completely in a negative zone, a negative energy. So let's wrap this up here, all right? For the sign of Capricorn, the feminines, there's that feminine energy that I was feeling, that I was getting here, all right? Ooh, we have here the Two of Pentacles in the reverse with the Nine of Joints. So yeah, there's a hell of a lot of paranoia here. There's a wounded energy here too, where you're just trying to push forward instead of like acknowledge and heal the wounds and release the heaviness and the burden. So we have some codependency here with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. There's that earth energy again, that feminine energy. All right, so I feel like you're sending a bad message, when it comes to defending, protecting what's yours, standing your ground, because it's all illusions. It's all just like a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's taking a lot of strength for you to move out of the past. All right. And it's like it's affecting your confidence, but there's a lot of codependency here. It could have to do with, building with the Nine of Pentacles. You may rely on other people too, but there's an imbalance here. There's a lack of weighing things up. There's a lack of weighing the truth, the drama, everything. All right. So that's what I have for you guys. All right, so hopefully you guys can get past this and move forward.